Tuning in. I appreciate you watching my video. If you would like to receive a notification regarding any up and coming videos I do post, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. This channel is going to primarily discuss different areas of my adulthood with regards to being just, millennial, trying to navigate this world, being a mother, and then also trying to remain optimistic and trying to encourage others in the midst of that. So if this is content you might be interested in, please go ahead, like and subscribe. It's going to come in the form of a vlog and then just some informational where I'm sitting in front of the camera talking to you all. So once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
Let me see you walk. Yeah, ho, yeah, I know that you can talk. You talking all that shit, but let me see if you can walk. Let me see you walk.
Thank you all for tuning in. For those of you who may not know, I did indeed start my blog. It is a work in progress still, so I'm still making changes as I go along, and I'm learning a lot of new stuff. So I don't know about you all, but one of my New Year's resolutions for last year was to learn some sort of coding. So in the midst of me learning coding and like trying to create this blog, I was able to learn a little bit of coding, a very little bit, something slight, but it's still basic coding. But for me, that's still something that I'm able to check off my list. A lot has happened in the last year. So for 2021, I decided not to start any New Year resolutions just yet. I am still in the process of healing, practicing self-care, and just trying to make sure I'm in the right space before I decide to create a New Year's resolution. So I hope you all enjoy this video.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and locate the blog at shaniecebe.com. That's SHANIECEBE.com. My first blog post for the year is discussing just what you should do before setting your New Year's resolution.
So one thing you first need to do before you even set your New Year's resolutions, I think it's important to practice self-care. Maybe you're still processing the year of 2020, and that was a full decade in itself, it felt like. Making time to, of course, reflect on the year. And I'm not just talking about reflect on the negative stuff. I'm talking about the good, the things that worked out. Take note of the things that did come about for you. Also, reflecting on the things that didn't work out, whether it be you lost a job, you lost a home, you made an investment, you shouldn't have made an investment, like whatever the case may be for you, take a look at it and say, okay, how can I learn from this? And even in the midst of the chaos and disappointments and unexpected, like, what can I take away from this? And I don't know for some people, if you lost a job, I know for me, I done had a couple jobs in the midst of all of this, but I feel good. I feel like my purpose and my ability to stay true to self and not just stick and do what's convenient or popular at the time is going to be the thing that gets me through. And it just shows who I am as an individual. So if you had to walk away from things and or just things didn't go as you expected, try to take a moment to practice gratitude and just think about the things you are grateful for. Just the basic things like clean water, air, because it could be worse, but not trying to minimize what you're feeling, but just take a moment to say, what can I take away from this situation to make me feel like, okay, I can do this. It's not as bad as I thought, or it is as bad, but I'm going to get through it. Another thing you need to do, and I did this, and I had a whole bunch of clothes I got rid of, and I'm still doing it, okay? It's an ongoing process, but it's declutter. Anything that you have not worn recently, I don't know, we've been stuck in the house, but stuff you wouldn't have worn anyway, let it go. It's time to let go. Clear out anything that no longer serves you. You're holding on to dead weight, and you can't function or create or even live to your full potential if you're still holding on and carrying all this baggage. It's going to weigh you down and taking up space that you don't have. So let all that stuff go and be free. Fourth thing I would say is, if you can, plan a mini getaway. If you all have something on your bucket list that you have not done, or a place you wanted to go to and you haven't been able to go to it, and you're working remotely, or you have the means while you're not working right now to go do all this stuff, I say travel, go do that thing. If you have not taken a solo trip, this is on my list. It's gonna happen. The only thing that stops me from doing these things is money. That's it. Because I solo dolo, that's what I do. I believe in it. I think it's good for you. I think that's where you gain most of your clarity in situations and figuring out, okay, what's really my best next move without all the outside influences and distractions. So I think for me, one thing that will be good is a getaway, just a mini getaway. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular, just something that will allow you to step out of your home. So if you've been stuck in the house, you might need a new space to create, to gain some inspiration so you can really tap into your creative side or just tap into your calling. And sometimes we are led to do these things, but when I say there's so much outside noise, so much going on, so many distractions, like turn your phone off, go away for a little bit, just step outside of your norm, sit for a little bit, get some sunlight. That vitamin D is important. And figure out, okay, what do I want in this upcoming year? You don't have to write it down, just start thinking about it. And then finally, when you get to that fifth step, just jot down a few goals that you would like to have, right? And this is before you actually set it in stone, write that New Year's resolution down. Before you do any of that, I would say also for the fifth thing would be to just, come up with a few goals, just like basic goals. Don't overdo it. I'm talking about quarter by quarter goals. Like, I think some of us, if you didn't learn from last year, a lot of unexpected things could take place, many surprises, things you don't really know how to plan for, can't really plan for it. Stuff happens. So I would say with your fifth thing would be to jot those goals down. Do quarter goals though. Don't do just do quarter goals. Keep it simple so you don't set yourself up for that disappointment as well. But also have courage to really step into the thing that you know you're supposed to do now. But when it comes to actually setting your New Year's resolution and creating your vision board, I would hold off for a little bit until you processed all of this. And the way in which you complete those 5 steps with practicing self-care, with decluttering, with just reflecting on the past year, the good and the bad, or just some other things like going on your mini getaway. It might take you some time to do those things. So if we get into March and you haven't done this yet, that's okay. Start the year starts when you decide to start. It doesn't start when January 1st hit. That's just not the case for many people. So I just wanted to share this, and I thank you all for tuning in. Don't lose hope of the things that you would like to do with regards to your passion, jobs, side hustles. Like, the sky is not the limit. You are so capable. And I wanted to share this just so someone that's watching who might not know what their best next move is, they know that anything is possible. There is hope. Like, have hope, y'all. Come on, there's so much going on, but I believe that anybody who put their mind to something they want to do and they plan for it, it can be done. It might not be done within the next couple weeks, months, a year, a couple years. It might take a decade, a couple decades. Stick to it, sis. You got this.